lesson that you need to watch for Tuesday the 3rd, and this is going to be a review of decimals. Okay, so if I am adding or subtracting decimals, and you need to make sure this is in your notes, you must line up the decimals. The easiest way that I can think about decimals, especially with adding and subtracting, is with money. My dollars and cents. Anything before the decimal point is dollars, anything after the decimal is cents. So if I was adding 2.04 plus 31.2, I would need to line up my decimals. So I can put the big number on top, or I don't necessarily have to, but I will go ahead because that's what you're used to seeing. And then I would add 2.04. Now we see this space. We don't have anything in this space, so we make it a 0 because that does not change the value. That is still, as you could say, $31.20 plus $2.04. Now, yes, we can have decimals that go out a lot longer, but this is just a way to do this example. Okay, now I could also write it. I'm just going to show you. I could put 2.04 plus 31.20. Okay, I will get the same thing. So I add 4 plus 0, 4. 2 plus 0, 2. 3 plus 1, 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3. Same thing. I'm just going to show you. These are interchangeable. 4, 2, bring down my decimal, 3, and 3. Okay? So now let's use the same numbers that we'll use them in subtracting. So I have 31.2 minus 2.04. Okay, again, I have to line up my decimals. Here, it does matter what you have on top. Addition, order doesn't matter. Subtraction, order matters. Order matters in subtraction. Okay? So, now it's not always the biggest number that goes on top. It's the number that comes first. Now, if 2.04 was first, you could take 31.02 away from it. It would just be a negative number. However, I rewrote it so that we would have a positive answer. So I just rewrote this as a more simple problem. So we have 31.2 minus 2.04. So I'm taking 2.04 away from 31.2. Now, if I have 31.2 minus 2.04. Again, there's a space, I put a 0. Now, I have to subtract 2, 10, 6, 1. This becomes a 2, 9, and 2. So that becomes 29/16. Okay? Again, you see that my decimals are lined up. And they go straight down. I should have a whole line of decimals. Okay, so now let's do multiplication of decimals. Okay, so now let's say I'll keep using the same numbers. 31 point, I think I said 2, I'm sorry, times 2.04. Okay, so here you notice my decimal points are not lined up. However, I want to count how many decimal points I have. 1, 2, I have 2 here, and 1 here. That's how many decimal places will be behind or to the right of the decimal point when I'm done. When I've calculated it. So now we just do our math. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. And then I'm moving over a space, so that has to be 0. We know anything times 0 is 0, so I've got a line of zeros. Now I'm going over 1, 2. This is my third space, so I need to go 1, 2. Now 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So now you got, look